All right, I'm gonna put down just a couple of these because I'm gonna die very fast. I'm gonna reload this real quick. Then I'm gonna pop a wafer. Here we go. And watch the... Like, if you guys are gonna be running this on your own, boom base is what you want. And oh my god. So a teammate with boom base is really what I'm discussing here. But look at that damage. It's so good. You know, I have kind of a history of showcasing triple crit damage weapons on this channel. I'm sure you can see the thumbnails blinking on screen. All of those will be linked down below for sure. I've even done a triple crit damage tier list showcasing how strong some of these weapons are. And today, I got a point redeem from Psydog to showcase a triple crit damage V6 launcher. Now, I've had this weapon supercharged for a while because it's awesome. And a regular build with this, with like the insane rocket loadout, link to that down below, is super, super strong. And this is not exactly practical. Triple crit damage is a lot for a launcher, but we're going to be reloading 3.5 seconds. That is too long to be reloading, and I'm not optimistic about that, but we're going to work with this. And some of you might suggest Chaos Agent. I hear you, but I really want Demo Penny. I'm going for maximum damage, not maximum practicality, so that's why I'm putting Demo in the lead. She's the only hero in the game that directly buffs launchers. We got Totally Rockin' Out, of course. Battle Beat, Sub Wafers, that way I can activate it whenever, and I don't have to rely on Fumble, because I don't want to be down in the fight. I want to be standing up and beyond. Then we got Enduring Machine. That way we can get a little bit of our ammo back. Thank you for the Ben's Warcry. I record these on Twitch, link down below if you guys ever want to be a part of the chaos. That will also kind of increase our mag size by 20%, and that's why I've also got Lightshow Spitfire, because again, 3.5 seconds is a long downtime, and he increases it from like 6 shots to 8, and then Enduring Machine can bring that from 8 to maybe 10 or 11 if we get lucky, so that can hopefully be all right. Maybe 9 or 10 is a little bit more close to the truth, and I would love to use Assault Ammo Recovery, but that is Assault Weapons and SMGs only, unfortunately. So then we've also got Locked and Reloaded because, I don't know, it's 15%. I'd love to use Chaos Agent, but Decoy and Plasma Pulse and Bull Rush have such a long cooldown that it is just impractical. Maybe I could reload quicker sometimes, but I don't think it makes a lot of sense. So yeah, I'm just gonna take this in game and see how it does. All right, somebody redeemed the cat cam, but I got a few wafers. I'm definitely gonna have to farm up more, but we got enough to showcase what this loadout can do. So we got our triple crit damage, V6 launcher crafted, wafer pop. Let's see what we can do. Oh wow, that's actually doing a lot less than I... Oh, never mind. Never mind. There's our long reload. Also, not as long as I expected. This is actually kind of okay. Pop a wafer again. Yeah, there we go. Yeah. It's so great using a launcher. I just recorded the Husk Stomper video, link to that down below, and dying in crowds of enemies was a common thing, but in this case, not so much. Oh, look what we're sneaking up on. Nice little smasher situation, little pop of the wafer, and wow, okay. So this thing has no crit rating perk, as you might have noticed, and that non-critting makes it look so bad. And then suddenly we do 1.6 million and he's gone. This is why I got the wafers, because I want to just activate this as fast as I can. He's dead. One shot. He never even had a chance. I love it. Wow, 8-bit demo pulling his weight there too. Oh, this weapon is like a car just roaring. I love it. Look at what we got here, you know, this is what I like to see. You know you're running a good loadout when you come up on a big encampment and you just grin. You get that devilish grin just going, oh no, are there a bunch of Riot Huskies and Shielders around? Oh, what am I going to do? How could I possibly handle this situation? Pops a wafer, drops inside, destroys everything. It's great. This is just the beautiful, well, most beautiful sight I've ever seen. I love it. I love it. You guys on YouTube are so lucky just watching me cut out all these reloads, aren't you? You know, I'm gonna do it for your sake because honestly, I actually thought 3.5 seconds would be a long time, but when this weapon has just deleted everything else in front of it, it's not even a big deal. Hello, baby zombies. Come join me. Come, be a part of the fun. Come here, come here, come on. All right, here we go. We got a zappy face getting a little rowdy over there. Just boop, delete it from existence. Oh, crowd of enemies. Yeah, and it's gone. It's just like investing. Yeah, and it's gone. I love it. All right, pop another war cry. That's not a war cry. That's a wafer. It's like a war cry in a sandwich, honestly. It's like drinking advanced GG. Link to that down below if you guys want to get 10% off your order. Encampment's gone. Nothing to it. Apparently, I triggered an anomaly. I don't even know what that's for. All right, the defense has begun. What kind of range do we get on the... Oh, I accidentally middle clicked. All right, yeah. V6 launcher. So I haven't talked about this at all, but this weapon is really, really good for its accuracy. It's one of those weapons that is super accurate at a long distance. It's a launcher as well. And I was looking at the crit rating on this, and apparently it's like almost 65%, 63% and decaying when the Totally Rockin' Out's active. So I don't really know how we've gotten so unlucky like before. But it doesn't even matter. I've asked my teammates to give me any kind of smashers so we can take this all this damage out on the big targets, but oh, come on, crit for... Oh, and he's gone. That's exactly the story of this weapon. Like, come on, crit, let me see it. I think somebody else is running the V6 launcher. These guys, they always know when I'm recording a video, so whenever I'm having fun with a certain loadout, they always have their fun with their own variations, and it's a cool thing to have everybody running the same build. Like, if you guys want to go into a mission with all 4 of you running V6 launchers, I'm not kidding, you probably won't even need to have any traps down, because it's just going to be taken care of completely. And I almost didn't want to eat the wafers. He's just falling off the map. I almost didn't even want to eat the wafers because I thought I had Totally Rockin' Out active. I think putting down more traps to farm Totally Rockin' Out so we can bully the big targets would have been the way to go, but it's not really a big deal. And right now I'm demonstrating exactly what I wanted to avoid when I didn't use fumble earlier. I wanted to avoid just running into the targets because I know that this weapon is more of a sit back and do damage kind of weapon. And I asked them to give me the big targets, but they're just killing everything. You know, it's too exciting when you're running a build like this. And somebody running boom base on the team would have been good too. I'm not asking them to do anything. I'm just saying, like, if you guys are going to be running this on your own, boom base is what you want. And oh my god. Obviously, Totally Rockin' Out is needed for the triple crit damage. So a teammate with boom base is really what I'm discussing here. But look at that damage. It's so good. Let's see what we got here. Crowd of enemies. Crowd of enemies. Oh, they're too spread out. They're like ants. How could I destroy them all at this range? The explosion on this weapon isn't that big. Oh, man. Yeah, there's a smasher. Let's watch a smasher disappear real quick. Oh, man, I thought I could go through the shielder. I guess I have to aim higher to actually hit the shielder. All right, let's pop another wafer and see what we can do. Oh, yes, there it is. Easy peasy. Oh, it's nothing. Archer's just trolling me. Oh, maybe that was Mateo. I don't know. They'll let me have it, though. I appreciate it. 10% crit chance whenever I don't see that active. That's what I need to keep reminding myself of. I got way too many wafers to not eat them, so I need to eat a wafer every single time. I figured this would be a lot more reliable than fumble, because as you guys have been seeing, fumble wouldn't be enough. It's only a few % of the time. It's going to make me run where I don't want to go, so it's suboptimal for my current strategy of focusing on smashers, and the wafers can carry with me and activate whenever I want, and that kind of reliability is exactly what you need in a build like this, where you absolutely need to be critting. It's not like it's a light suggestion. I have 10% crit chance or I eat a wafer. Yeah, so it's all coming from Totally Rockin' Out. And wow, this mini boss, I was gonna say the smasher is surviving a lot, but it's because I wasn't critting. So it's all about the crits with this build. It's not exactly practical, and it makes me want to run kind of a part 2 for this video. I know you guys have been really enjoying the extended uploads, and I've been really enjoying making those as well. They're a bit more work because, believe it or not, for me to record an entire another round with an entire different loadout is basically 2 videos in one. But I know you guys enjoy it, and I like showing different loadouts where I don't want to flood my channel in V6 launcher builds. So I also want to showcase that super fun loadout, because that one, the insane rocket loadout, the one I plugged earlier and I'll plug again, is really practical. Like, you have a reload perk on this weapon, so you're not worried about that. You've got a crit rating, crit damage perk, so it's doing a relatively consistent amount of damage throughout the game. Crits aren't the most consistent in the game, because if you're shooting a weapon as slowly as this, it's not going to be as reliable, but you do have a couple of things going for it. One, it's a rocket launcher, so even when you don't crit, you're doing kind of a lot. And when you do crit, or when you do hit multiple targets, each enemy has an individual chance to crit. So it's actually fairly likely, if you're shooting into a crowd, that something's gonna die. And with affliction damage, even if they don't die right away, they'll die over time. And the V6 launcher is fully automatic, and having that reload perk allows you to take more advantage of that. Right now, I'm being careful and choosy, being slow with my shots. Can I? I wanted to hit it out of the air. And so you're not really seeing the full extent of it being a fully automatic launcher. And that insane rocket loadout actually extends the mag size to an extent that is pretty substantial. So we'll be able to check that out later on in the video. But for now, we're just going to enjoy the mayhem of what this thing can take care of. It's so nice to just take out these flingers at a distance. Earlier when they were spawning and being a problem, I have this habit of wanting to drain my mag before I take a wafer, and I don't know if that's the right way to do this, but it's okay. This is the kind of weapon that I don't use that often, but I did supercharge it, so that would be a good reason to use this weapon more. I mean, 5 superchargers isn't something you exactly get a ton of, so, you know, maybe I should take more advantage of it. But I also supercharged the cannonade. I'll link to that video down below where I used the cannonade with the boom base build. That one was one of my least favorite thumbnails, I'll say it now. But the video was good. Video was solid. Boom base ups your crit rating, your damage, and because you're already running a rocket launcher that gets buffed by constructors, boom base is just perfect because you've already got a base and it's not really a very complicated build. You got demo penny, you got oh, it's ricochet. Oh god, it's ricochet. All right, I'm gonna have to put some setups for this. All right, I'm gonna put down just a couple of these because I'm gonna die very fast. I'm gonna reload this real quick. Then I'm gonna pop a wafer. Here we go, and watch the. So maybe an SMG would be yeah, let's get the team on this one. There we go.
Ow,
yeah.
ow, ow, ow.
He can't ricochet everybody at once, so if we just kind of group damage it, it's going to be super easy, barely inconvenient. There we go. If that wasn't ricochet, we would have done a lot more damage, and it's kind of disappointing, honestly. Well, thank you to my team for that. That was beautiful. You know a build is good when ricochet mini bosses aren't insta-death. I recently showed this short on the stream. I won't show the whole thing in the video, but I recently showed this short on my channel where Ben's killed himself on a mini boss using a pot shot. Yeah, you kind of want to be careful with these things. If you're going into a ricochet mini boss and you have a really strong build, it's a recipe for death. Okay, I gotta stay on my campfires. They're not the biggest healing source, but I need to stay alive here. And I'm just going to take out the enemies when my teammates heal themselves because I am trying to get as much damage out here as I can. And this build, honestly, I've said it again. I've said it before, I'll say it again. The reload on this time is not that bad. I thought 3.5 seconds would be bad, but it's different. You know, if you're running like a normal slow firing weapon maybe with like low damage, reload's kind of a big deal. But 3.5 seconds is fine when you're reloading and everything's dead. You know, it's like if you're in the middle of a fight, 3.5 seconds is terrible. Like right now, this is a bad position to be reloading. But if you just lit up a crowd of enemies and none of them are alive anymore, then well, shoot. 3.5 seconds is that's just relocating, you know? Oh my goodness, I've McFallen. My savior, Aura, to the rescue. Oh, okay. Archer, my savior, to the rescue. I think Aura thought I was done and just left. Oh man, this is great. Oh no, this is what I'm talking about. That reload. Ooh, eat the wafer. There we go. Oh, look at the beauty. They're gone. They're not even alive anymore. What am I supposed to do? Maybe it's time to use my one revive. I'm reborn like a phoenix. There we go. Easy peasy. Knock out the beehives. Try to zigzag the mist monster. Take out the crowd of enemies in front of me. 2-shot the mist monster. Kill the other crowd. Fatty on the side. And they're all dead. And the crowd goes wild. Ah. Can I get your best in the chat on Twitch? I was gonna say comments on YouTube, but that would be an absolute mess. I don't think we need that. Although if you guys made it this far in the video, we're not done. I'm gonna show another loadout after this, but if you made it this far, I want to comment on the YouTube video. The crowd goes wild. All right, we'll all know exactly what you're talking about. All right, build number 2. We got the V6 launcher, respect, crit rating, crit damage, reload. That is definitely the more standard perk loadout. If you guys want to check out my old V6 launcher video, link to that down below. But yeah, the loadout for this is the insane rocket loadout that I've plugged now 3 times in this video. But we got Star Spangled Headhunter in the lead because her war cry allows you to not consume ammo. And that plus enduring machine is nuts. It's like a 3.3 repeating times mag size bonus. I don't even remember. I get into the math in the video. If you want more specifics, link to that down below. But basically, you can shoot forever. This thing has 6 rounds in the mag, and I'm going to kill so much without even having to reload. It's amazing. Happy Holidays, and then 3 of our support perks. So Happy Holidays, Leadership from Colonel Wildcat, and then Base Solo from Steelwool Carlos, extending our duration by 6 seconds, and Practice in Combat from Ghoul Trooper Ramirez. All 4 of these perks are specifically to get my Warcry cooldown as much as possible. It's still not instant. What is it? Let's see here. Cooldown 44 seconds, but it lasts for like kind of a while. It's still going to be a 20-some second cooldown, but this weapon is still going to be fantastic even without it, and 8-bit demo will be active the whole time. Obviously, we got Demo Penny to buff that damage, so yeah, let's hop in game and see how this one does. All right, so I'm going to do something fun here for the intro of this clip. I'm going to corral all the zombies I can, okay? And then here we go. So we got 6 shots, all right? We're going to pop a war cry and just kind of see what happens, all right? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, I lost count, but it's a lot. And then if we kill a few enemies right here, we can extend our duration by a bit. Reload gets us right back into the fight. You can just see how absolutely insane this build is. And I know it's going to be a little bit less damage because we're not using triple crit damage and we're not using like demo penny to lead, but that war cry buffs our damage by a lot. And even without the war cry active, you can see we're just annihilating everything. This weapon is so freaking good. If anybody had ever seen my videos before and wondered why I have this thing supercharged, now you know. All right, so I'm doing it again where I'm like corralling a bunch of enemies and then I'm bringing them up to a big encampment. Oh, we've got 2 encampments right next to each other. Okay, that's gonna be a little insane. I'm gonna walk up here. I'm gonna get ahead of it, drop a campfire, pop the war cry, eliminate the nurses first. They don't really need a lot of attention. They die pretty easily. It's really not very complicated at all, but look at how much damage it does. This is what I'm talking about. This is one of my favorite builds of all time. I don't run it more often just because there are so many options in this game. I can't run any build all the time, but you can see why. Anytime I have an excuse to pull this loadout out, it is a fantastic time. Everything just dies. This weapon is so precise and it does so much damage. Realistically, not even the most damage, by the way. It's not even the most impressive launcher in this game. It's just so accurate and it shoots so fast that it just annihilates. It just absolutely annihilates. Easy crowd of zombies, glitch in the game, doesn't allow you to shoot sometimes. They're gone. They're gone. Nothing to it. Affliction just doing its job. Ah, it's beautiful. All right, so we got one more surprise. Aura went ahead and ran Boom Base, which means by default, this weapon is critting. 38% of the time is incorrect. There we go, 45.5% of the time. So it doesn't really need that kind of crit bonus, but it's going to be, well, just critting more often. What do you guys want from me? It's only a 7% bonus, but it'll be more booms, more big numbers. It's my favorite thing. So I am actually going to shoot this a little bit normally. I want to save that war cry because the cooldown isn't perfect, and I don't want to blow all my loads like the lefty and righty video. I was using my lefty and righty so often that by the time a smasher came around, I didn't even have it available. I was just too excited, you know. The lefty and righty build is awesome, by the way. Highly recommend checking that out and grabbing him while he's available. But if we see a smasher just like this, I can pop a war cry and just annihilate it. That is a 250 power level smasher. I'm currently yelling to get over the explosion damage, although the level audio is probably gonna be fine. Archer is currently stealing my kills, which is just terrible. I think Archer specifically does that to troll all the YouTube viewers, although that's completely fabricated and I have no idea if that's the case. But either way, you can see we don't need any help on these smashers. They all just get completely eliminated. And because this build doesn't rely on the war cry being active, it's just completely fine with it without it, and we can just hop in here. The smasher's already in the tunnel. It's not going to need my help, but I want to do what I can, you know? All right, we got another smasher. 1 round in the mag. Let's see. Okay, we only got 2. So somebody counted. Storm God counted in the last game, and he told me that we got 18 shots out of that mag size, which is just exactly what this team perk is for, or what this build is for. And I mentioned earlier that war cry can affect your teammates. So if you have multiple people running this build and you alternate your war cry, you can have that cooldown reduction permanently. I showcased that in my Cannonade video. I know I plugged it twice, but I forgot to mention it. I was running like demo or 8-bit demo in the lead, and Archer was running the typical Star Spangled build that we got now in his lead. So he was able to pop the war cry while I had him in the lead, and it was just, we shot for ages. I don't think I ever had to reload in that video. Okay, that's not strictly true, but you can alternate your war cries, get some teamwork in there, and it is a super fantastic combo. Look at this beauty. We got the explodey guys over there. They're not even getting close. I can just pop a war cry to just get some nice economic use out of this. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 shots instead of 6. So I basically got 11 free shots there. And that does actually save you ammo. It's not just a mag size bonus, it's a literal ammo save. And considering this weapon is one of the most expensive in the game because we are chewing through the very explosive, seeing as we are chewing through the very expensive explosive ammo, it's definitely nice to save a buck here and there. Even as a pretty wealthy endgame player, I am not somebody who likes to just burn ammo. Okay, ignore that video on screen. Ignore it. Okay, we're just gonna put that away. That was for the video. I just wanted to have some fun. I'm not saying that was practical or defendable. I'm just having a good time, okay? Sometimes 7,000 energy cells just need to be burned, okay? That's just how that goes sometimes. And I don't recommend doing it. I think Crack Shot and Deatomizer is a fantastic combo, but maybe it's a bit overpriced considering the new invasion weapon that just came out. Link to that video down below. It's, yeah, maybe not necessary to run those builds anymore. I am gonna die. Oh my goodness. Ah, I'm taking so much damage. Do we have shielded mist monsters over here. All right, let's just do this. Pop that, save Archer, and either they died or they're, yeah, not on the screen. There we go. This is one of the beautiful things about a launcher too. You just take out the shielder by shooting at the top and it cuts right through it. Boom. And then you can just double team 2 mist monsters at the same time. Nothing to it. I'm really hoping we don't get a mini boss that can be ignorable, because if we have a trap vulnerable, smoke screen, or ricochet mini boss, we are going to have a very hard time. So we'll see after round the file number 10 here. A little tip for you guys, if you guys want to know when the mini boss is going to come out and receive the data, it's after file number 10. So there you go. Nice little hot tip, you know, just making everybody better at the game, one little tip at a time, because I can't mention everything always, and in my normal videos, like the daily videos, I can't just bring up every tip. Sometimes there are things that only come to mind when I'm in the middle of the game, and that's why I think these fun live commentary videos are great for that, because I can share my knowledge, because I like to share my knowledge. I mean, I haven't made several hundred videos on this game showcasing different tips and tricks for no reason. I like to share what I know, so if I have ever said anything useful and you want to thank me, you can just comment down below, because nice comments go a long way. It's funny. Mean comments stick in the head better than like nice comments, but it's kind of backwards. You know, humans are like absolutely hardwired to take back feedback and improve themselves. So whenever somebody says something mean, it sticks with you, and it's kind of unfair, because nice comments can be motivational. You know, not every mean comment shows me something that I need to learn, but sometimes nice comments point out stuff that I do that you guys appreciate. Like the longer videos, for example. I didn't really know if people really enjoyed these, but I got such an overwhelming amount of support for these 2-part videos that I just kept doing them. So if I ever do anything good or bad, let me know. Feedback is important. I'm not a mind reader, and I'm pretty flexible. I have lots of different video ideas that I like to make work. And I gotta say, this mission has been very comfortable. There's our mini boss right on cue. I wasted my... Oh, man, I wasted my thing. Let me see here. Ricochet. That is tough. We're just going to drop that and just do what we can for the time being. It looks like it's not actually impacting me. Oh, never mind. Okay, we got to stay on these... on these campfires. Okay, here we go. 2, 1. Pop the war cry, and it's gone. Yeah, you can see it chunking at the top. My teammates didn't really give that to me. I'm a little disappointed in them, but you guys get the idea. The build is fantastic. As long as there's a mini-boss that is the good element, you know, and no element at all, the element that's proper with your weapon, whatever. There's no modifier making you kill yourself like Ricochet or Smokescreen where you can't do any damage. You can have a great time. You know, it's funny, there's a lot of asterisks on that. Yeah, this thing's a fantastic mini-boss killer, except for. But you know what? That's exactly why they have so many different mini-boss modifiers in this game, because the mini-bosses are supposed to be like that one part of the mission where you actually kind of sit up in your chair. For us, I like to showcase these fun loadouts, and it's super easy, because if you have a team that's organized, these missions for us are not that difficult, obviously. But mini bosses are where things can really turn, especially that damage pulse glitch for a long time where it was doing more damage to the objective than it was supposed to. That was definitely a problem, and I'm glad that is that still a problem? I don't even know. Honestly, as of recording this, the bug might be back. It's come back a couple of times. It's like a plague where it just gets frozen in the ice and then discovered someday by some Russian explorer who went somewhere he shouldn't. Isn't that the basis of a movie? I don't even remember. And I'm dead. This build has no healing, by the way. That's why I've been putting down campfires, and I have the adrenaline rush, because without those, I would be dead a lot more than I am. So, yeah. Oh, thank you, Archer. Coming in, keeping me alive. There we go. So let's just do this. Do that. Increase the mag size of his pulse pounder. Link to that video down below. It only has 16 rounds in that magazine, which is a little on poggers, and I think a loadout like this is exactly what he needs to stay in the action. Oh my god. Everything's just dead. I talked about the economics earlier of this build saving you on ammo, and I think Affliction does that as well, where if you don't quite finish off a target, instead of wasting an entire extra round using another rocket to kill it, you can use the Affliction damage to chip away at it over time. I just missed that that smasher like 6 times. And now I got the cannonade. Bit of a quick cameo, but there's 15 seconds left in this mission, so I'm just gonna call it there. If you guys enjoyed this video and you want more, comment down below. Let me know what you think. Thank you guys for watching. Take it easy. Get some ice cream. I'll see you in the next one. And normally I'd say take it easy, so go get some ice cream. And then